today on our sets, we have a wonderful, beautiful and gorgeous looking MC who has 14 years and plus experience in this industry, and above all, she's multi-talented and she's traveled all over the world for her MCing. And last but not the least, I should say that she has done a beautiful and a very large social event, Navrathri festival at Express Avenue. Well, I'm sure you'd have guessed who I'm talking about. So let's welcome our guest for the day, MC Jyothi. Hi Jyothi, welcome to our show.
Hi Monisha, thank you so much.
So we have this special gift for you. It's a money plant. So we want loads of joy, loads of prosperity for you in terms of your personal life and professional life.
Thank you. I was just wondering, there's no bouquet, it's just a pot. I was wondering to do more green plantations.
Absolutely. So let's go green, So because if I give you a bouquet, it's just going to, fade off.
It suits me. It's my motto of being environment friendly, so it's a part of me.
Wonderful.
And this is something, the bouquet would die down, but this at least will be there in my balcony and I could see it every day.
And you'll also get to remember me.
Yes.
Hi Jyothi, so it's so nice to see you after so many years here. Thank you so much for making it up for this program. Thank you so much. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Wow, that's really nice that your smile says it all.
The gummy smile is what they call it. Thank you so much for inviting me.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
And you celebrating your 10 years. And in those 10 years of your life which you're celebrating, you remembered me to call me over for a talk show. It's a privilege, I should say.
Thank you so much. I think it's a very happy moment because you're being a senior. I've seen you and I've seen, growing, your work and everything. So it felt so happy. I felt that, yes, I should have Jyothi on my set.
It feels nice to acknowledge, trust me.
Yeah. So,
and from another colleague of mine, another competitor of mine, it's nice.
I think, more than I think senior MCs, we feel that more than competition, we feel more like a friend. We're happy. The basic idea is, either of us have a show and the client decide who they want. It's not, we don't fight over a show. That's what I believe.
We don't have any bitterness between us. Yeah.
We're very happy always. We're just happy for each other. I know anybody gets the show. So that's the thing. All right, Jyothi. So 14 years as an MC. Wow. Tell me more about your childhood and how you connect that to MC.
Childhood, as everyone says, is I think the best days of everyone's life. Understanding of mine was more. My capabilities, I think that was a God-given gift. But if you see MCing, my mom would tell you that I was very bad with English when I was a kid.
Oh.
Yes. We used to have these non-detailed classes, where you had Black Beauty, Tom Sawyer as a subject. And we used to have exam. That was English 2, I think. English 1, English 2 we used to have. So we used to have to write question and answers. We used that whole book we used to read, and then there used to be questions after every chapter.
Right.
I would not know the answers for those questions. I would cry, sit in front of my mom, and then she would have to dictate everything out to me. If she just gives me a gist and says, this is what the content is, sit down and write it, I wouldn't. I'll go blank. I'll have to say, no, dictate one by one. Until now, she tells me, you're standing on stage is because of me. Remember those Black Beauty books and those Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn and all that stuff? How you used to cry and write those question answers, how you managed to pass English too, because you couldn't write simple question answers which are just there in your book. So I think, I don't know where this MCing and this has got related, but she used to always put me into, she was behind me a lot into extracurricular activities. She's made me what I am basically, at least like a tomboy, confident, because every kid, as we are small, we are shy, but unless until you face an audience or face a stage is when you outgrow that feel of it. She made me take part in all those things, given me dialogues, makes me by-hearted. I used to dread it because I was always scared to go on stage. I knew every time I just forget a line and come back. Whenever you learn something, look at the mirror, practice it in front of the mirror, because you will see your expressions in front of the mirror. Trust me, I started doing that from my 8th standard, 9th standard, and I started getting first place every time for my competition after that.
Wow. So tell us about your, the breakthrough. How did you just realize yourself that, am I good enough for an MC?
I still ask myself, am I still good enough to compete with the others?
Come on, you are good. There's no doubt about it.
No, but in South, yes. But when you compare yourself and you want to go national and you want to grow yourself, national, international level, that's when, that is an inferiority complex, but that confidence pulls you up. When you compare yourself and you see some other MCing anchoring, you're like, wow. You might pick up 1 or 2 points from that.
Correct. Absolutely, you're right.
So learning is difficult watching someone.
Yeah.
It was in 2003, towards the end of 2003. That was when I was in college. 2003 is when I joined college, so end of that year. There was something, someone just came and told me it's a part-time job. Why? It's for Simpson's showroom, which is Spencer Plaza, third phase, was just opening up. So the first showroom that opened up there, it's an inauguration of that showroom. You just need to talk about the chief guests and talk about the brands and all that. I was like, yeah, okay, fine. I to bindas took it up. I was not brand conscious those days. I didn't know the names of brands, nothing. And I still remember that was a learning stage for me till date. It was given to me by Jay Ganesh for Events World. That was his first, I was from MOP, so he somehow got in touch with me. And because I used to do other part-time jobs of hostess and all that. So then I got the paper to talk about. I still remember the Longines, the word Longines, the brand watch. I used to pronounce it as Longiness, Longiness. I still remember it. I used to walk around the mall and talk about saying Longiness and Esprit. I said Esprit, Esprit. Those two words I learned on my first day of my show. That's how I learned the word of Esprit and Longines. It's only through that show. From foreign or someone was there and he said, ma'am, this is how it is pronounced. I was really embarrassed because that happened towards the end of the show and no one corrected me before on it. I realized no one even heard me, but then that was a correction. And they had displayed that launch on a TV. For the next 2 years, it was always in the atrium. So when I kept growing and I used to go every year, whenever I used to go to the mall, I used to see myself coming on the TV. I was like so clumsy. I looked because I had to wear a sari and I tripped on it. I laughed at it and I used to turn away my face. I was still embarrassed.
I wish nobody sees and connect.
They couldn't. Thank God.
So I would like to know, when was the turning point? The turning point where, Jyothi was known to the world or, to India or Chennai, that everybody said, oh, this girl is charming. I want to book her for all my shows here. So something that happens, everybody has a turning point of their life. So
I think when I started doing a lot of personal shows, like private parties for club events that we had here, like RCC, RYA, so we had Cosmo, Platinum, Magnus. So that's when I think it was more because when you do it for them, they didn't want the same thing for the other group.
For the other clubs.
So they could come up with a theme, and all the clubs that I worked with, they were they're really hardworking in the decor. So they wanted more. They had a lot of expectations from me. They also wanted me to gel with the decor in my dressing style, even in the games. That made me ticking. And when you do one club, you did it. Obviously, the other club calls you, and then their private parties and weddings. So that went on. Then a chain reaction.
Why do you love your job? I think anybody, only when you love something, you can keep doing it, right? What's so exciting about being an MC?
Yeah, I think I'm blessed because most of us, so many of us, my friends I've seen, they work, but they're not happy with their work. They do it just for the sake of money. It is not because of money, definitely no. It is because I love what I'm doing and I do what I love. Once you get them that one praise from a client, that's all that is needed because all your hard work is then well paid off. Forget the money that's coming in later.
Tell us about, one of the most talked about show of yours, the Express Avenue Dandiya Night. So it's more under four walls. So not anybody gets an invite to see what you do. So this is a social event and the crowd is tremendous, there's no doubt. And I think that created a big identity for you. Beyond, I'm saying especially in social, it created a big identity and everybody knows you. It's a huge crowd. Even in that crowd, you may not know many, but many knows you. So how did that happen? And what do you really feel about, doing it for so many years consecutively? What's your say about that?
I think all that came by fluke when it started off. It's become a family now. So forget, other than those 9 nights of Navrathri, we do catch up elsewhere. We do have, they do help me out whenever I need anything, in any form. I need some contacts, I need anything. They've always been helpful in that way too. And it's not the question of money, it's like a charity event. It's more on a large scale that they do it, but it's more of a cultural event, so you obviously don't think of profits and money out of it.
So I think for the members who have not checked out the wardrobe, for the year 2017 and 16, the latest, you should check it out. Jyothi looks
No, it is just that, many people say whatever you do, you can carry it out well, like my colored hair and all. I was like, I just go out of the confidence. I don't like to be something very stereotyped, something which is common. I like something which is different, out of the box.
So in events, we have different types of events, right? Like from birthday, Sangeet, Gelos Meet, corporate team building activity. So which genre of event you love the most? It peps you up. Though we like everything, but there's one, because in corporate you don't get much scope to talk. You're going to be more like a silent, timid person. But yes, in other events, if you love kids and you would say birthday something, I really enjoy. It's like, fun. So anything particular, if you have to name one, which kind of event would you say? What kind of genre you love the most?
I love working with kids. I think that's what keeps me young and chirpy because you get a lot of ideas from kids. But I like anything, any show which requires a lot of energy, which requires me screaming, jumping with the crowd, like concerts or something like that, or cheering them on and going wild, like those rock nights. Yeah, all that, because I think I have a lot of energy that I could expel, and I think I can pass that energy out to the audience. It's very infectious, my energy.
Okay, so Jyothi, so this segment I'm going to have a lot of informations, okay, from you. I want a lot of information, and this information is absolutely going to be for someone who's, like the upcoming MCs who are really looking at building themselves. Yes. So the very first question I would like to shoot on that will be, how do you handle the audience?
I think I just smile. Don't take anything seriously. They would want selfies with you. I love them to have the selfies, yes, but I wouldn't allow them to touch me and have a selfie as much as possible. They would ask you numbers, madam, number madam, next time show madam, because they would call up, and if there's work, you would come to know by the conversation. If it is not, you're just going to avoid picking up their calls. Yeah, that's it. Because I'm a person, actually, some people complain that I don't pick up calls. So it's okay with me, and I don't save numbers. So again, that's an added advantage, so it's fine.
I think there are a lot of other cities, when you look at India or out of India, is very much happening. So what do you really think about the co-emceeing concept, and how do you think is it adding value, or do you think no, if it's a single MC, I think it looks more better because one can showcase their talent to the fullest. What's your say on that?
When you have a co-MC, I've done it with a few co-MCs. Generally, when the client requires a male MC and a female MC, obviously if you do it with a male, generally whatever I've noticed, I think I've done one or two other males, but the male always takes in charge. That male dominance definitely comes into the picture, whether they're a junior or a senior, and that female dominance goes down. So you don't get to portray your complete self. And there's a lot of, you need to start working a lot together, because then there's a lot of telepathy, there's a lot of same compatibility is needed to work on the same wavelength.
In your case, you have traveled a lot outside. So just share the experience. How do you see the difference in terms of, the market? Because every place you travel, the audience is different, the client is different, the requirements are different. So tell us more about maybe some events that you've done out of Chennai, so more like India, and something which you've done away from India, like abroad countries.
Yeah, Chennai is always my favorite because you love your audience, you know your audience very well, and they're very appreciative and all that, encouraging. When you're going to Hyderabad, I did it. Hyderabad loves me, there's companies which love me, and when you do it for the other cities, they treat you better, that's it. But as you go towards Delhi, yes, the audience is a little more subdued. They wouldn't express it out easily, even if they like something, is what I feel. They're more reserved and conservative.
What are the languages Jyothi speaks?
Hindi, English, Tamil, Sindhi. And I do speak French, Japanese. I did Chinese, Cantonese, and Mandarin. But then I need to brush it up. Whenever we have, depends on the clientele, I do a little bit of 2-3 lines for that particular language of the clientele.
That's a long list of languages. Good, yeah, good. So anything that you really want to take from the outside MC, like when I say outside, like someone off from Chennai, like India or outside the world, which you've seen or you've been following their page, or something that you really look up and say, I wish I can imbibe it, or I wish our city MCs can imbibe this. This is something really good quality. Anything that you like to say?
I think a little more of unity amongst us. Clients would talk. We don't know whether it's truth or false. They would talk about the MC and say, no, I used to this thing. Let's not add fuel to that fire or add that masala to it.
So everybody wants to market themselves, right? Because I think the days, at least when I started or when you started, there was nothing like much of marketing, if I'm not wrong. So now you see everybody's got their own page, they keep, shouting, hey, I did this, hey, I did that, I'm busy here, you want to book me, call me.
I've seen some 50% off this season. If you book me during this month, you get a 50% off. Wow, I didn't know we had sale offer as being an MC.
So what do you think about this? Do you find this funny, or do you find this how do they manage to think of all these, or what do you say about it?
It's a marketing strategy, I think. Yeah. I didn't think of it, but they thought about it. It's out of the box thinking. Appreciate them for that thought, at least.
Right.
I may find funny, but if it helps them, well and good. If it serves in the purpose of getting a job, getting more shows, hats off. And they have the confidence at least to put that up on social media amongst the other senior MCs, which it takes a lot of credit, a lot of guts to do that. Yeah.
True. All right. So, but how do you market yourself?
I am very bad at technical stuff. I'm too lazy to. I'm not a person who's online on Facebook or on WhatsApp and all that stuff. I don't have a card. Most of the time I never carry a card because you don't keep carrying the wallet around. So I just please take down my number, sir, or ma'am, or you can call me up anytime. So it's word of mouth through event teams or the hotels and all that stuff.
So tell me, what are the characteristics as as an MC or someone who's aspiring to be an MC should have, and they should be ready to, let go of certain factors, right? So I think for any profession, there are always something called pros and cons. So how would you tell for MC?
See, one thing, you need to be confident, you need to be daring, you need to go with your gut instinct. The world will talk about you. If you're okay with it, that's fine. Then you can take it up as a profession. Most of them men drop you because you're only one woman or one girl in the men-centric thing. So you would have people talking about your own building people and your family talking about it. Then you don't need to be supportive. One thing that's very important. Otherwise, it's going to keep leading to a lot of tussle at home. It's a little difficult because you know how the world talks, like she's a girl, she's done everything. She's been spoiled. You come back late, so you need to check if your family, your parents are okay with you coming back late. I wouldn't approve many people as we're trying to adopt the Western culture, saying, okay, after 18 or after 22, when our parents start nagging us, we get out of the house and stay single. I wouldn't approve of that because we're still Indians, and I think there's nothing like living with the parents. Otherwise, you try and take them for your show, see that your mom or dad or someone is along with your show.
Right.
But once you start getting a name, I think then who will be the most happiest or the proudest will definitely be your parents. That's when then they'll have extra wings. Otherwise, at home, they will have like a trishul around you.
What do you think about celebrity MCs versus, the event MCs? So when I say celebrity MCs, more known as the video jocks, yeah? How successful are they when it comes to live audience? Because when they shoot, it's in front of camera, they have a choice to make multiple takes. But here, this is more about live audience. So how do you, see VJs versus, MCs in events?
VJ versus MC in events is when you be a VJ because you go across more audience. There's vast audience that sees you at their houses. So you become a celebrity MC. Most of these video jockeys, they avoid doing gaming.
Right.
They would not do team building and all that because they're so used to standing in front of the camera. Their movement is restricted, so their interaction with the audience is on a lesser basis, what I feel. But if you want to multitask and if you're an MC and then you get into video jockey, then I think it's more versatile, more better.
More better. Rather than being a VJ and then jumping into it.
Yes, it takes time, yeah.
So what do you think about MC? Is there an age to retire? There are a lot of people who believe that, yeah, it's time for her to retire, man. And there are times like, they still love. Yeah, of course, it depends from person to person on how they carry, how they do things. That's something known to the world. But what I'm trying to ask you is, it's your personal feeling. As in, it's a time to retire if you have any numbers particularly. Or you say...
That scares me. Those numbers scare me. Every year I keep increasing with age. For guys, they don't have anything. I don't think guys would have age. But for guys to get jobs emceeing, there are very few requirements for a male MC. But if they have to be the top. Right. They have to be the best at what they are. For a girl, yes, it's more about... We're more for glam and more looks and all that. When you grow old, they start calling an auntie. They don't call a guy uncle. They would just call him still a man or a boy. Audience out there always wants a good-looking hot chick, a general thing. So if you take care of it and keep doing as much as cosmetic surgery to yourself, you can please go ahead.
So we're going to get into the rapid fire. So you have to be really rapid and your answer needs to be short. Yeah. So the first question is, in the MCs that you see, juniors, seniors, everybody, who do you look up as something that you feel nice? You would like to name some MC.
In Chennai?
Oh, in Chennai.
My senior most would be Marianne in the girls and Shane David is the male.
All right, Marianne and Shane David. If it's outside Chennai, like India or abroad?
Oh, there's so many. Everyone has their own USPs, yeah.
So top list, who's one person that you really look up?
Mithun Upadhyay, I think for his for his languages.
So what's your dream project? You've done different varieties of MCing, okay, different kind of events, I mean to say. What is that dream project that you really want to do? I want to do a show like this. So what is that dream project could be like?
Game stuff, that is your sports event
in
the stadium. So we want to have a try of that
Alright.
for the crowd of that 5,000 or 10,000 for anything, either the ISL or the cricket or the football, anything. I've never done that, so I would want to try that segment.
A sports event. Very nice. Okay. What's your strength? Could be in any form. It's not necessary you have to think about it as an MC. Overall, what do you think is your strength?
I think it's confidence.
Okay. All right.
My go daring attitude of mine.
All right. The go daring.
Yeah, I love dares and challenges. So just go ahead.
What do you think is your weakness?
Do I have to actually tell it in front of the camera? People take advantage of my weakness, huh? I get very emotionally attached to people. I'm a very emotional person for men. I may have a fantastic aura around me, and I look like one Rani ki Jhansi outside, but inside, nahi. I'm very soft and yes. Okay. And punctuality, should I say that?
Yeah, you can, please.
It's embarrassing to talk about downfall.
So tell one characteristic, when we connect to dog, we say it's faithful. When we connect to every pet, we have some characteristic that we see. Can you just tell one characteristic that you love about the dog and one characteristic that you love about the horse?
Doggy, infinite love, loyalty.
Okay. Horse?
I think all animals are the same. I think all animals, you don't need a sign language. They just understand you when you're sad, when you're depressed, when you're happy.
So you don't even have to talk. They just see you and they understand. Yeah. That's the best part of it.
Because I used to go around with a horse captain I used to feed him and all during Kodaikanal times. I was very upset because I was doing a show 1 month in Kodaikanal, and I had a problem that time with my that time boyfriend, which I had. So I used to cry to him and talk to him. So he used to actually put his head on my shoulder here, and I could see water in his eyes. I was speaking just normal English to him.
Oh.
And that's when I actually connected. I said I didn't need anyone. I just had him to talk to. So the entire rest of the month which I was there, I was just talking to him.
Wow. So who do you like to date with? Any actor or any person?
Shahid Kapoor.
Shahid Kapoor.
What a body. Especially in this Padmavat, the brown tan cuts and body. Yeah, I've always liked him when he was a chocolate boy.
Right.
Way back when he started off itself in his first movies, and I used to tell him, no, I really like him, and most of the people criticize me saying, hey, no, yeah, he's just like a chocolate boy this time. And now many girls are crazy of him. Hello, he was my first crush. Actually, when he's just going to get married, I was saying, do I just get one chance that I could express my love to him, just show myself to him? Must be he's not seeing me, that's why he's getting married too. So let me show myself to him, and then he can take a choice whether he wants to marry me or not.
All right. I hope Shahid is hearing this. So let's get this news to him.
I know he has a lot of fan followers. I know, yeah.
Let's see.
So that's why I wanted to just be face to face with him once and just see. Because I don't think I'm that bad, yeah. I could match up to his level.
Let's say a gratitude moment. So I think, as MCs, when we are nothing, okay, the initial stage, when somebody gives us a platform, because more than our confidence is their confidence that they believe that this girl can do it. So at this moment, if you really have to thank somebody, it could be an Indian manager, it could be a client, or it could be someone like your own classmate who said, hey, you can do this. So who would you think you would like to share the gratitude to?
My client, and now he's also a friend to me, Mr. Deepesh Kothari from Gujarat. I would have my best friend Pradeep, my childhood friend with me. JD from, they come Jaydeep Mehta from True Events from Ahmedabad. Yes, he's always pushing me forward to do something or the other. Sagar Pingley from Sagar Capro, Hyderabad. So yes,
there are a lot of social cause that everybody is shouting loud for, right? It could be a child harassment, or it could be saying no to plastics. But according to you, what is you think is a priority right now as a social cause? I would like to stand for this.
Littering.
Okay.
I think it's in our own hands. You just keep your rubbish to yourself. Whatever rubbish, even your rubbish which comes out in the mouth against other people, keep it to yourself. You're not hurting people's feelings. You're being a better person. I think the world is a better place than to live in. It's more peaceful that way.
So Jyothi, recently I heard that you had won 2 big awards. One from the Chennai Spice for for the year 2016 for the Best Anchor Award, and also you had won from the Federation of Rajasthan Event Management. How does it feel?
More than the trophies thing, it's just a acknowledgement must be to show to my children or my grandchildren. But I think it's more the client telling you then and there. That's more accolades and more awards than receiving this 1 or 2. But yeah.
And I think as MCs, mostly it's like, as you said, the verbal recognition comes in, or sometimes it's even with the Ponadai, they try to respect us, saying that you did a good job. But now when it comes to award, I think, it shows even that, they've taken some extra effort to recognize.
True.
So it feels more special, it feels more nice. And yeah, when you take back something, like that, it feels, wow.
It feels nice, yes.
Very
And
nice.
especially in Rajasthan. So me being a Chennai girl and being acknowledged in the Federation of Rajasthan Event Managers Forum, Eventstan 2018. I just received this 2 days back, so I was lucky enough I could showcase it here.
Really a big wow
And
factor, I think.
because the way that people generally look down at Chennai, they say, oh, there's no Hindi speaking MC. Oh, Chennai, they prefer taking MCs from Mumbai and Delhi. I prefer you using your own city MCs because you give them more job than you bringing anyone across. But it was nice when I went there, showcase my talent. I anchored for them, and they said you did a really good job. And I got many people to contact numbers, and they said next time when we do shows in Chennai, so we know we don't have to bring down an MC from there. So it was.
Let's get to top 2 questions of this interview. I really think it's very important for us to build a community. That's what I really think. Now coming to the pricing, okay, you find that a lot of newcomers, they more or less charge equivalent to our senior experienced MCs. So what's your say about it? And how do you think we can actually work on a price tag for all the MCs? So how do you think we can work on this?
It's been diluted. A lot of all this happening, there's so many new MCs, they don't take it professionally. They're there for a few months, a year, must be as a part-time till they finish college because most of the girls get married and go away. I think they should, either the event managers who pay them too much, they should realize the value of each MC. And if in case we're doing something for an event manager or a client at a lower cost, for example, because you're having good buy-in, we respect them. It's out of friendship that we do. I feel we should not, when some other event manager asks, hey, how much did she charge you? You should not go say, hey, what, she did it for me at such a low cost at 10,000 rupees. Why is she charging 20,000? You're overpaying her. That is something which is not appreciated. Because when someone else quotes you, then it will be very, they will say, oh, she's quoting, overquoting there and you're underquoting. So then you will not have a value. There's no respect being the MC then there.
I got it. All right. Okay.
So that way.
All right, so that was information for a lot of people in the community, and I think we all should work towards unity, and I think we should organize for a get-together with all the MCs. What do you say, Jyothi?
Imagine just do that, there'll be too many people talking together.
Chatterboxes, I know. So I think when we share a lot of things, we will start respecting more, because now I think we are more on social media and we just see images. We don't know personally who each individual is.
I see so many people don't even, an MC on my list wouldn't come and like my picture or put a like or love or anything or comment, no.
So thank you so much for being with me on the show. It was really nice knowing a lot about your journey and the ups and downs that you've had to reach this many years, and wishing you many more years of success.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
To yourself too for being a bubbly person. You're always energetic. I see, I don't know where that energy comes. I've never seen you down. I've never seen your bad parts, that is.
Okay, Jyothi, so we come down to the end of the session. So I want you to take this opportunity to thank, because you are today because of a lot of people. I believe that. Yeah, so you like to thank someone, please.
Yes, I would obviously love to thank everyone who's been there with me, supported me in my journey the last 13, 14 years. And I had DJs coming up to me, celebrity DJs, like DJ Notorious, Kunal Bajaj. Everyone supported me and said, we will get you songs, we'll do this, we'll do that, get a laptop and we'll help you come to Bombay, we'll teach you. I was shocked with that overwhelming love, and they kept coaxing me into it. Why don't you do DJing? And I'm saying it is an added on feature. Yes, it is, but I found it too technical for me. I was more nervous being behind the DJ console than being in front of the DJ console enjoying the music. I enjoy music better that way. But who knows, I might take it up a little later.
All the best for that. So we'll very soon see your DJ and entrepreneur Jyothi. All the best for that. If there's anything that you'd like to share, the upcoming MCs, what will that be?
We are as a family, whether you're junior, senior, anything. We're a family of MCs, and let's respect each other, as I said earlier. Because if one person puts anyone down, you're putting the entire family down. You're putting all of us down. So let's learn to respect each other. And please study the market pricing before you get to know more about the market outside, the market pricing outside, before you quote or before you give, before you give a number. Because you know where you stand and you know where the others stand. Let's lead a more coherent environment around us. That's it.
What do you think about me?
As I said,
You're
always have
genuine.
your 10 years or whatever you have done. I feel you're a very humble person. You don't have that air around you. of arrogance or attitude. Being an MC, you could have it, you can have it, and you're a VJ too. You're done so you should have it more than what I have. But and this concept idea of you actually coming forward, asking me, and doing it. I mean, I haven't thought about this, or I don't think I've even think about it ever. But that was a very nice gesture, and so basically, forget the beauty which is above. They say beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So you have beauty within, which showcases out, transforms out to you. So you're internally and externally beautiful is what I find.
Wow. Thank you so much. That's really sweet of you. I take this opportunity once again with the audience, 14 years experienced MC. Really, she doesn't have to give an interview to me. It's not at all required, but then she's taken a big heart to come. After all, a junior has called me. And I really think that is one attitude that I really love about my senior MCs. And I want the juniors to learn that. It's not about the ego. It's about, we want you to be the long run with the industry and, make more money. Yeah. All right.